Hello, I'm Chris Barker and welcome back to another song ranking video. Today we're going to be ranking every song on The Who's 1965 debut album, My Generation. I will rank every song of the album from worst to best and give my thoughts on why. Now remember, everything here is just my opinion. If you have your own ranking of the songs on this album, please comment your list below. I've already done a full album breakdown and review of this album in the past, so after this video please go watch that to hear more of my thoughts on the album. There will be a link in the corner right now and you can also find it in the description below. Now, without further ado, let us begin. Starting off at number 12, as the worst song of the album, we have I'm a Man. Roger Daltrey's vocal on this song is basically unrecognizable and also doesn't sound very good. There are a few good guitar bits and there with feedback and such, but there isn't much to say otherwise. The song is also fairly slow and the lyrics aren't great either, although the band cannot be blamed for this, as this is a cover of the Bo Diddley song. I'm a Man is overall just kind of boring and lacks the energy that is present on the rest of the album. At number 11, we have The Ox. This is a great instrumental piece that does the end of the album off on quite a thrilling piece, and Keith Moon does some of his best drumming on this track. That said, the track doesn't feature Roger Daltrey at all, and there aren't any lyrics. The Ox is a good track, but pales compared to the other tracks higher on this list. At number 10, we have Please Please Please. This is one of two James Brown cover songs on the album. This is the weaker of the two, but still a good track. Daltrey's lead vocal is good, and Townsend's guitar solo is a nice addition. At number 9, we have Out in the Street. It's the first song on the album, and it starts off with some great guitar and has good energy to it. The song does succeed in introducing The Who as a band with high energy and hard instrumentation. Despite this, it has a pretty weak chorus, and is unimpressive compared to the other songs in this style. Sitting at a comfortable number 8, we have I Don't Mind. This is the last and best of the cover songs on the album. The bass line on this one is great, and so is Daltrey's lead vocal. The only real downside here is that it does not show off of any of Townsend's songwriting talent, and it is a bit mellower compared to the more rock-influenced tracks on the album. At number 7, we have It's Not True. This is an early example of The Who's style of humor, and has a great lyric and chorus that serves as a precursor to the band's later single, Substitute. If it wasn't for the existence of a louder song, It's Not True might be higher on this list. It's Not True is a high-energy album track, but it doesn't stand out as much as some of the other songs. Number 6 is The Good's Gone. This track has some great guitar work from Pete Townshend, and also boasts a great lead vocal and chorus. While not one of the most flashy or energetic on the album, The Good's Gone is one of the sturdiest tracks on the album on all fronts. Playing, vocals, and lyrics. Now, before we go on to my top 5 songs in this album, I want to remind you that if you like this style of video, to please like and subscribe to my channel, and also be sure to hit that bell button, as all these things help me out a great deal. For number 5, we have A Legal Matter. This song's lyrics might be a little weak, but the vocal delivery bungles its way to success. This is the first The Who song to be sung by Pete Townshend and not Roger Daltrey. Townsend admittedly sounds a bit dorky on this song, and the last verse in particular feels like it was weird in for Daltrey's brand of vocal machismo as opposed to Townsend's voice. Sure, it makes the song sound like it's being sung by a poser, but hey, that's entertaining. That said, however, the real star of the show on this song is the guitar sections. While they are very flashy and sound great. While they could have made a really stellar song if paired up with the right lyric and delivery, here they only serve to help this song stand out more. A Legal Matter might be an imperfect song, but sometimes an imperfect song can be the most entertaining song to listen to. At number 4, we have Much Too Much. This song is very solid and has a great energy to it. The chorus is great, the verses are great, Daltrey's lead vocal is great, and last but not least, the band has a lot of energy here and is as sharp as ever. Much Too Much is a great song that showcases The Who at their best, fast, hard, and proficient, playing catchy songs with a great lead vocalist. Starting off the top 3 is La 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 Lies. This is one of the softer, mellower songs on the album, but one that is delivered with a great verve nonetheless. The chorus is extremely catchy and the verses are great. La 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 Lies is an underrated song in the band's catalog and one of my favorites on this album. While it is a bit hard to decide between the top 2 songs of this album, I do have to choose one for number 2. Both of the remaining songs are both top-tier songs not just in The Who's discography, but also in popular music as a whole. Ultimately, I have decided to pick The Kids Are Alright for the number 2 spot. The lyrics to this song are among the most memorable on the album, and the chorus is great. What really makes this song the musical spell it weaves: the backing guitar, Keith Moon's superb drum work, the blending of the lead and backing vocals, and the very smooth feel throughout. The Kids Are Alright is a certified classic, and to this day stands as a song that is perfect as both a single and as a track off the album. And finally, for the coveted #1 spot, we have the album's title track, My Generation. While it was hard for me to put this over The Kids All White, I eventually decided to go with My Generation for a couple of reasons. The guitar work on this song is the best on the album, and gives the song a harsh bite. The lyrics are timely for the 1960s, but also remain relevant in subsequent years. The youth of every generation will at some point or another have a moment where they feel stifled by those older than them, from parents and teachers to bosses and politicians. This leaves the song's critique of previous generations and embracement of the current one applicable to basically any time or generation, not just the one it was written for, despite the fact that the generation that brought the song has now been on both sides of the song's sentiment. My Generation has had a large impact on music from subsequent decades, from hard rock to punk and their successors through to the present time. The song itself has also aged incredibly well, both in terms of lyrics and delivery, and it is more than worthy as the best song on this album. Okay, and so for the final list, we have at number 12, I'm a Man, number 11, The Ox, number 10, Please Please Please, number 9, Out in the Street, number 8, I Don't Mind, number 7, It's Not True, number 6, The Good's Gone, number 5, Illegal Matter, number 4, Much Too Much, number 3, Little Little Lies, number 2, The Kids All White, and number 1, My Generation. Alright, thank you for watching this video, and please let me know your own ranking in the comments below, and be sure to go watch my full review of this album. I hope to see you in the next video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. See you soon.